Hey everyone, Matt Ruddle here. So, I often talk about lead generation, content marketing, text message marketing, email marketing, all these different facets of that whole customer journey. But one of the questions I always get asked is, where does lead generation really come in the process? Now, if you talk to some people, they will go, the very first thing you need to do is do lead generation. But bearing in mind, these were the same people that back in the day, when you go into business, they'd be the same people that would go, first thing you need to do is get your business card printed, your letterhead, and get 10,000 leaflets done and do a big leaflet drop. Yeah, that's great. No. As far as I'm concerned, lead generation is something that you do second or third. Because you could spend a lot of time and a lot of money on your lead generation and waste it. And I had a scenario like this before a little while ago, where I spoke to a very nice lady who was paying this marketing company to do some lead generation and all of this. And they wanted to send them to a lead magnet because lead magnets are fantastic ways of building your database. Check out my video on lead magnets. But what they wanted to do is actually spend £500 over the course of 2 weeks to generate leads to one of 3 lead magnets, just to see which one worked. Now, A/B split testing, ABC split testing isn't something new. It's where you put things out there, you see which one works better than the other. The biggest problem here, though, is that none of the lead magnets were created. So one was going to be an ebook, one was a checklist, and one was going to be something else. But none of them were created. So all of a sudden, this marketing company were going to get this nice lady to pay them £500 in ad spend, and probably another £500 on top of that for them to manage it, to do lead generation, to get people excited about these lead magnets that weren't created, that they couldn't send, they couldn't have access to, because then they were going to see what happened at the end of these 2 weeks. And then they were going to say, right, we'll create these lead magnets. Oh, by the way, each of these lead magnets is going to cost you a 4-figure sum to create. And now that we've built the demand for it, you kind of backed into a corner, you're going to have to spend that money. And then we'll run some more ads for you. And spend another £500. So all of a sudden, this poor lady was looking down the barrel of a gun, having to spend thousands and thousands of pounds because this company have done the lead generation, selling the dream, and not actually having it. So this is where I always get annoyed, because whilst lead generation is incredibly important, do not get me wrong, without leads you do not have a business, okay? You have a distraction. So you need leads because you need clients, but there is a right way and a wrong way of going about getting them. So in the way I kind of work and the way I've built a model around this is that you need to start with content, because no matter what lead generation you do, you've got to have something to say. You've got to offer your value. You've got to draw people in. And this is where content marketing is absolutely key. And as people say, content is king in all marketing. So you need content marketing to start with. And this could be, blog posts. It could be your lead magnets. Yeah. By having those to start with, you can actually share your knowledge and share your value. Then in my mind, it's about processes, because lead generation is turning the tap on. Yeah, it's quite easy to do because you can throw a lot of money at it. And sometimes the problem with that is the more money you spend, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll be more successful, but it is throwing money at it. So you can turn the tap on anytime you want. But if you haven't got the processes in place to capture those leads, and by processes, it could just be as simple as a simple form in a page to capture their details for this lead magnet or to make an inquiry, right the way through to just being able to send them some emails in the background to say thank you and just to kind of showcase more of your stuff. So they don't have to be massive processes. But if you turn the tap on and you haven't got them in place, it's almost like turning the tap on into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Yeah, you've got no chance of dealing with these leads, because your lead generation could be incredibly successful. But if you're not set up to deal with it, it's pointless. It's going to cost you money, and then all of a sudden, you've damaged your reputation with these people, because they'll simply go, well, you haven't followed up with me, you haven't given me what you told me you were going to give me, and all of a sudden, you've slipped down in their expectations. So I normally start with content, processes, and then lead generation, because once I've got something to say and I'm capturing that information, then I can switch on the lead generation. That's when I can generate the leads, and that because I know I'm in a position where I can deal with them and I can process them, and I can hopefully then nurture and convert them. So in my mind, that's where lead generation comes in. Now obviously, where you go fishing for these leads and where you go generating them is entirely up to you. It's based upon your niche. Yeah. So if you know your niche, you can then go capture these leads once you've got the content and the processes. It's as simple as that.